This is the all-new 2021 Mercedes-AMG GLA 35. Yes, it's not the 45 with a handcrafted 382 horsepower engine and massive 354 pound-feet of torque, but still, this also has a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged unit, which is AMG enhanced, and still makes a satisfying 302 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to a super quick 8-speed dual-clutch speed shift transmission, and 0 to 100 kilometers an hour doesn't come in the claimed 4.9 seconds, but in a rather less impressive 5.4. The 35 doesn't have the 4MATIC Plus all-wheel drive system that the 45 has. It also doesn't have the race driving mode, which the 45 has. And it also doesn't have drift mode, which the 45 has. It does have all the rest though. And in a sensible world where real-life performance matters, I'm not really sure you're going to miss all those extra features. It does have the 3-stage adaptive dampers, and they work very well. In comfort mode, they're comfortable enough, they soak up bumps with adequate damping, but it always feels sporty, it never gets too soft. Flip it to Sport or Sport Plus, and it firms up quite a lot, like it almost feels like a go-kart at that point. Now let me tell you a secret. This might be taller than the car it's based on, so the A-Class, obviously. But compared to the A35 AMG, because this is taller, it has more suspension travel, which means it shifts weight more and more progressively. So what happens is, on a racetrack, for example, it might not be as fast as the A35, but for a less experienced driver, it will give him the chance to understand vehicle dynamics, because this is higher up, so he'll feel more how the weight shifts from one side to the other. It's more progressive. So at the limit, it's easier to control. The limit obviously it's a bit sooner, so it can't grip as hard as the 35, the A-Class. However, that makes it more fun for the experienced driver because this is more playful. You can actually make it rotate more and whatever. And for the less experienced driver, it's a very good learning portal. So you get this car, you can learn how to drive it. You get the A35, it's so low and so absolute that it doesn't forgive mistakes the way this one does. So overall, yes, this is not as fast, but it is more fun. When you push it hard through the corners, it initially understeers, but it's a controllable progressive understeer, and with the help of the excellent steering and powerful brakes and very good seat, you can transfer weight to the front and make the rear rotate. You're in total control, and it does listen to you. You can even kind of drift it around a corner. You just have to learn to read the messages it sends you. Enter the corner with trail braking and then use the steering wheel to point towards the apex a bit harder. In a straight line, performance is pretty good. It pulls very well from down low. It stays quite strong till the red line, but it's the mid-range where it really shines, like J-Lo's skin. And the transmission is so good. It just shifts so quickly. Like using the paddle shifters, it's like bang, bang, bang through the gears. It's so good. I mean, it almost brings tears of joy when you're using the paddles. Just like when you're a vegan and you try meat again after a few years. It's not as loud as I would like it to be, but these new regulations have eliminated all the pops, crackles, burbles. It just makes a lot of pumped in sounds through the speakers, and that sound is not even accurate, and it's not even very good. Like the tone is meh. It does make it exciting though, because it's quite loud inside here, because outside there, nothing. An aftermarket exhaust system would definitely improve the situation. In terms of fuel economy, it's not too bad. It requires premium, and our foot being a bit on the heavy side, of course, our combined average has been 10.7 liters per 100 kilometers. On the highway, it doesn't drop too much, but also in the city, it doesn't climb too much either. So it's pretty consistent and a bit thirsty. Just a bit. Design-wise, I have to admit, I really like it. It has the Panamericana grille in the front, sporty bumpers, nice proportions, and really, really nice wheels. It has a large inlet for the radiator and intercooler. The brake ventilation, however, happens through this thin little sliver on the side that channels air towards the wheel well, and then it gets dispersed behind this plastic panel. So there's no targeted cooling for the brakes. And speaking about brakes, at the front, this one has the 350mm rotors and 4-piston calipers, which is 10mm less than the 45 AMG and it's also 2 pistons short. Their rear brakes are a little bit simpler, but the brakes in general work very well. The initial bite is incredible, the pedal feels great, and from 100 kilometers an hour on winter tires, it came to a complete stop in 42 meters. This car is equipped with these amazing looking 20-inch Y-spoke wheels, and it has 255 wide rubber, so it does grip. From the side, it doesn't really look like a crossover. It's only 1.4 meters tall, just like Tom Cruise. At the rear, I love the way the diffuser looks. It makes a very nice bump happen. I like the taillights. The overall shape is pretty nice. The exhausts are almost real, but again, they're not very loud. The interior is very well made. Nice soft to the touch materials have been used, at least where it matters. Fit and finish is good, and there's no squeaks or rattles on the go, and I really do like the suede and red stitching. At night, it gets really fancy too. It looks like a laser tag arena. In terms of technology, they've done a great job. There's lots to talk about here. This one does not drive itself, and thank God it doesn't, because it would be a real shame. I mean, this kind of car, you want to drive it yourself. It has cameras everywhere. It has the really nice navigation with the augmented reality, the arrows being overlaid on the front camera video feed. It has a pretty good sound system. The MBUX system works really well, especially with speech. It has blind spot monitors and some really cool buttons on the steering wheel. Just like Porsche, they've included a little dial that you can change your driving modes really quickly. And on the other hand, you can change things like your stability control or your damping force. It's pretty cool, actually. The instrument panel is all digital. You can customize it any way you want, and I really like it. Visibility is actually really good in every direction. The driving position, I like a lot, and the seat is perfection. It supports, and it's so comfortable, and it's great. And it looks very nice, especially the suede. I can't stop touching it. It's so good. Roominess in the back is pretty good. You have good headroom and good legroom. However, 3 adults might be a little bit of a squeeze because of the limited width. The cargo capacity is 435 liters, which is pretty good, and the tailgate is powered. You get more than enough USB-C ports inside for charging your devices, and you also have a wireless charger. You also get all the pockets you need for your stuff. For people that are about to start a family or have just started one, I think that this car is ideal, especially if they have that boiling blood inside of them and they need something exciting to drive. I mean, the only real competitor to this is the BMW X2 M35i. I think the BMW might be a little bit faster in a straight line. It feels a bit quicker, even though it's on paper supposed to be a dead-on match. However, this one makes everything a bit more exciting and it's more practical. So overall, I think this is the better car. It's also roomier. Prices in Canada start at $52,900. As tested, this one is $60,500. It doesn't have a heated steering wheel, which I'm missing, and it doesn't have heated rear seats, which my kids were missing. Other than that, it's all good and peachy here. So overall score for this 2021 Mercedes GLA 35 AMG is a very good 8.8 out of 10. And if you like this video, please remember to share it with your friends, subscribe, press like, do whatever you want. But till next time, be well.